Hi guys, I thought I would share with you a little project that I'm going to be working on with my daughter. I thought this was right up or might be right up your street because we're into scrapbooking and memory keeping and project life and all of that kind of stuff, journal keeping, and so I thought it would be quite good to share with you guys. And I'm sharing it now. It's in like really rough form as you can see, but I'm sharing it with you guys now before we add any information to it that just like becomes confidential and just like crazy and stuff. So I've got all my paper here. We have made a start. So basically we are doing a lockdown or a coronavirus memory book, scrapbook, whatever you want to call it, you know, all of those things. So I've compiled like a load of stuff, and I thought I would share it with you. I'm going to put all the links to all of these things in the description of the video below, so if you want any of this stuff you can just go and get it. Some of it was free and some of it I have paid for. So the first thing is this. It's called the My 2020 Covid-19 Time Capsule. It's by Long Creations, but I actually found it on a different blog, and this is free, so this is a really good one to print off. So I'm not sure yet what we're going to do with these pages, whether I've got a bind it all machine. I'm not sure whether I'm going to bind all the loose pages or whether I'll just get a ring binder and some and either hole punch them and put it in the ring binder, or whether I'll get some punch pockets and put them in. I'm not sure yet. The reason I'm not sure yet is because I'm not all that proficient at using the binding machine, and if we weren't in a pandemic and I felt brave enough to go somewhere, I would get someone somewhere to do it for me, like an office supply shop. So maybe I'll save all the pages for then, I don't know, we will see. So yeah, I thought I'd just flick you through this. Now these pages are a little bit out of order from how I downloaded them because we've started on them, but it doesn't make any difference. So we've got a hand print page, which is quite a nice idea, I thought. So I'm just making sure you can see it all because, wouldn't want you not to see it all. So yeah, we've done our 4 hand prints. I'm doing this at the moment with my oldest daughter because obviously she's been like the greatest impacted by the lockdown and everything that's gone on, and she's kind of like felt it quite a lot. But I'm probably, so like this is like the mega one that I'm doing for her, and then maybe I'll do like a simplified version for youngest daughter. I'm not sure, so I might actually scan this page and print it out for little one the same size. So we've got our handprints, like a page about how you're feeling and everything, so she's already started to write that in. So how I feel, what I've learned from this experience, what I'm thankful for, things I'm excited to do when this is over, and all about me page. I need to work out how tall she is in measurement terms, and how much she weighs and everything, but like just like a favourites list, which I thought was quite nice. Like a lot of people do these like favourites lists for journals and things like that. You see a lot of like journal cards, 3x4 journal cards for like currently or favourites. I never really thought to do one for her, so that's pretty cool. I'm not actually sure if we'll use this page because I kind of like got a lot of gubbins there, but it just sort of says things that you could draw a picture in here or stick something in there or whatever. So I'm probably not going to use this page, if I'm honest. My community, so you can draw a house, what your house looks like, things that you're doing to help yourself feel connected with other people. You're not stuck at home, you're safe at home, what I'm doing to keep busy. So yeah, I'm not sure what we'll do here, whether she'll write in here or maybe we'll take photos and stick it in or draw, I'm not sure, but that's quite cool. Special occasions, this I really like. We've had quite a few. There's been birthdays, there's been Easter, there's been VE Day, there's been a new sister, so that's really good to like log the different events. Some of them have kind of like had quite an impact, because it's been kind of, what's the word, like, you know, we haven't celebrated in like perhaps the normal way. So yeah, a letter to myself, I thought that was quite nice to look back on. Then there's this interview with the parents, so I've printed 2 of these off so that I can do one and John can do one, which I thought was another really good, so she could sort of see our perspective. So what's been the biggest change? How are you finding homeschooling? Well, we are full-time elective homeschoolers anyway. So yes, although we normally go to groups, and so yeah, it's been quite different for us. Days spent inside, how you're feeling, top 3 moments, what activities have you enjoyed doing, what you're most thankful for, goals after this, what TV show you watched, new favourite inside family activity, favourite food, favourite time of day. And then a letter from your parents. I'm undecided whether I'm going to handwrite this or whether I'm going to type it up. I might actually type it up, because I will probably write more than this space. I'm torn, because equally I'd quite like her to have my handwriting, so we're torn. So yeah, there's a duplicate. I printed both of those, two of the letter and the things off. So that was that one pack, and as I say, the links I'll pop down in the description below, so you can go and get them. We have a Twinkle subscription. I'm a Twinkle subscriber before, like, they did it free for the schools. Like, we've been home educating for 2 years now, and I've had a Twinkle subscription this whole time. So they've got a few resources on there which I've printed off. So I thought this was interesting, just information about social distancing. I thought that would be good to go in. They do a couple of like news article type things. So this one is about people clapping for the NHS. My daughter doesn't actually know that this really she does sort of know that this went on, but sort of not, because it always happened at 8 o'clock in the evening, which was, by that point in the day, she was in bed, so she never actually got to do it. But we did chalk drawings on the path one day, just to kind of, on a Thursday, so people could see that instead. And then another one of their newspaper type things from about Captain Moore. Then this is just like a little picture of like the 2 meters distancing, which I thought was quite cool to put in. And then there was these ones, like these, probably not going to say anything about these, but you know, there's a thing about what is worrying me, which is something that we've kind of come up against a bit, so I thought that might be quite good to write down worries, so there's space for writing things that you're worried about. And then on a positive side, there's how I can cope, so I thought that would be quite good. So those things are from Twinkle. Then there's 2 things that I have done myself. This one is the Queen's speech. This is a transcript of the Queen's speech. Unfortunately, I ran out of ink when I was printing that, which is a bit poopy. There is a website, royal.uk, where all of the Queen's speeches are published, like the transcripts. So you can go and find this for yourself as well. So that's really cool. So yeah, it's just double-sided. I just copied and pasted it into a Word document and printed that out. Also got it's a scanned copy of the letter that we all received from old Boris Johnson. This is stuff from my Project Life album. Caught up in my printing there, so you don't need to see that. So yeah, I made these 6x4 cards to go in my Project Life album to write about the week. And then lastly, I printed this off. This I actually purchased. Again, the link will be below. I thought this was really interesting because I think this saves like a lot of work. If you'd have done this from the start, then I applaud you. But I was sort of thinking about this kind of further down the line, and I was like, crikey, it would take so long to compile all this information. So as you can see, there's loads of like newspaper. I've done it double-sided. There's loads of newspaper front pages with like all the sorry, all the headlines and just like a brief synopsis with the date. And I thought this was really, interesting to kind of look back on, and like, yeah, the time spent in compiling this information would just, you know, so it's all double-sided. There's just tons of it. Tons of it. Yeah, so click through. And then we've got some significant moments in there. You can see, like, yeah, it's all the shortages, hand sanitizer and milk and toilet roll. Crazy, isn't it? More significant moments, like people, some of the posters, more posters, logos. I haven't gone on TikTok. I refuse to go on TikTok. I do not want to waste my life. I just think if I go on TikTok, that's it, time gone. Some memorable people, and some infographics. I think there were a couple of other pages that I didn't print out, and that was because I wasn't like all that into them, if you see what I mean. So I've got all of those. What I have been working on is this is basically just coronavirus timeline stuff. What I've also been working on is a very, very brief sort of a timeline thing of what's been going on in the world. So like the bushfires in Australia and the VE Day celebrations and things like that. So I haven't printed that out yet because I'm still sort of compiling that, and I guess there's a chance that that might like carry on basically. So yeah, I'm still kind of working on that. I've also made myself a note of things that I'd like to include. I thought it'd be fun to do like a page of memes, because I've seen so many memes around, and I was just like, you know, like a Back to the Future one where they all come back from 2020 and go like, nope, because it's been a crazy year, right? We painted rainbows to go in the window, and so I thought it'd be fun to include the actual rainbows that we've painted, and like some pictures of her painting them, some pictures of the chalk artwork we did. I thought it might be fun to like do a couple of pages of some of the things that we got up to, like our daily walks, and the celebrations, and just like general day in the life stuff. I'm probably not going to do like masses on that, because I also do a Project Life album, and we do a weekly I do a weekly spread, maybe sometimes two spreads depending on what we've been up to. So like all of our photos and stuff are in there, but I also thought it might be quite useful to kind of put some of them into like a book that's kind of like more specific to the lockdown and the coronavirus stuff. So yeah, that's what I thought I'd put in. I would love to know though, you guys, if there's anything you think I should put in. Like, are you doing something similar? And what would you put in if it was yours? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is there something like glaringly obvious that I've missed and you think that perhaps I should put in? I'd really like to know that. That would be super cool. What I will do for you guys as well is probably in the Facebook group. So if you're not a member, again, look in the description below and come over and join the Mrs. Brimble's Happy Place on Facebook. The things that I typed out myself, like the Queen's speech and the timeline thing, I'll probably put those into the group as a file, so you can just download those yourself. So, you know, it doesn't take me long to do that. So I'll do that for you guys if you want, but obviously you've got to come over and join the Facebook group. And links to everything else, like all this stuff, will be down below if you want to get it. So there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.